Today's a very big day. We are headed to
an inspection for the 24 unit deal that we're working on in Pembroke. Good morning. We are coming off of Father's Day weekend, so we had a really nice weekend. Spending time with my family, my dad. Took down a lot of trees. It was a lot of work, but that's what he loves to do. So it was a lot of fun. But this morning, I'm up early, walking the dog. Dakota is at skating practice this morning. And we actually have an inspection for the 24 unit deal that we're working on in Pembroke. So it's two 12 unit buildings. It's gonna take a while to do it, so we're gonna be there pretty much all day. 10 a.m. till about 4 p.m. I think the inspector said. So Hazel's gotta go in her crate, unfortunately, today. And Dakota and I are gonna be meeting somewhere along the highway. It takes about 2 hours to get to Pembroke from our house. So obviously we live out in the country. So we're gonna meet somewhere. She's gonna get finished with skating and then hop into my car or whatever, somewhere along the highway. We're gonna make it work.
most important. The necessities.
So we're on the road, on the way to Pembroke. Dakota and I finally met up.
Yay.
We had to meet along the highway, so my truck is parked in a random parking lot right now.
Sometimes you need some coordination to get this stuff done, but we figured it out. We are going to get there on time, and it's exciting. We're going to be doing the inspection for the 24 units, so it's a full day affair, but it's going to be good. We have a really good inspector that's going. So we just finished up building one. I think it went well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No major red flags.
Yeah, so far everything's looking good. So we just finished that building. Heading into that building. And yeah, our inspector is definitely thorough. He's quick and thorough, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, things are going good. Things are looking good. We're excited to look in the second building. This was the one that was built second, so the one that we're going into right now. So we started with the older of the two buildings, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like. Who needs a ladder these days? Here's our other partner, Alfonso. He's actually seeing the buildings for the first time today.
Alfonso, what do we see in here?
we're looking at a really well-organized shed here. I mean, they've got it down to used batteries only. Right?
Wow.
Because the new batteries, I don't know where the new batteries we got.
You don't throw them away.
But it's looks clean. Looks clean.
So we just finished up the inspection. You can see Jeff's hanging out there with our inspector. I did both buildings. Everything looked good. We are just gonna head to a restaurant right now and chat about it, see what the next steps are. But yeah, everything looks good so far.
Yeah.
Our review with the inspector is complete, and I'd say everything went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're waiting to receive the report still, but overall, everything looked good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
No major surprises.
Yes. Yeah.
No big surprises.
Which is always good when you do an inspection. What are some things that you noticed that the inspector looked at?
Obviously, so we started on the outside. First thing he did was put a drone in the air, which was...
That was cool.
I wanted to fly it, but I don't think I would have been looking at the same things he was looking at.
Or if you were trying to, it wouldn't have gone over well.
Yeah, for him it was really still. For me, I would have been whipping around everywhere. So we looked at the roof with the drone, which was really cool. He said the drone actually went up to 100 times zoom, which as a tech geek, I kind of like that. We did a full walk around on the properties, and really just looking at the downspouts. Where's the drainage going? Where's the water going? Is it being directed away from the buildings? Looking at the windows, making sure that they're installed correctly and that there's caulking around the windows. Foundation, looking for cracks, the brickwork, stuff like that.
It was fun watching him go into the attic.
It was fun not going into the attic.
It was fun we didn't follow him into the attic. That was key.
We followed him everywhere except for into the attic.
Yeah, it was itchy just watching him go up there.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was one of his favorite tools was toilet paper, which
He walked around with toilet paper.
which made me laugh.
So they have a lot of heat recovery units or ductless mini splits, whatever you want to call it. They have a lot of those throughout. That's like their main source of air conditioning and heat, and just air circulation throughout the building. And so some of the vents will pump air out, they'll push air, and then some will suck air. And so we use the toilet paper to make sure that the ones that were sucking, and the ones that were blowing, which is funny.
Yeah, it's just funny because when you think of when you think of doing an inspection, you think you're gonna have all these like high-tech
So he had
toys and
he had some gadgets. He had a thermal, like a what do you call it? Thermal camera.
yeah.
And
the
he
moisture reader.
He had a moisture reader. He had a little outlet plug-in for testing all of the outlets. And then he had toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet
It was
paper.
also probably the most used, maybe not the most used.
It was one of the most used.
It was most entertaining.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, it went well. It was just interesting watching him, look at different things, how he looked at the building, the way that he, maneuvered around the building was really interesting. The particular things he was looking at, stuff that, now I think going into other buildings, we're probably going to look at a little bit closer that maybe we wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, he ran the water in some units. So we actually it's 12 units per building, and it's 4 units per floor, 3 floors. So we looked at all 4 units on the bottom floor and the top floor. We actually didn't go into any units on the middle floor, because ultimately you want to see you want to see the units that are attached to the ceiling or the roof, and then you want to see the units that are on the ground floor. If there's any major issues on those ones. The middle floor, it's the middle floor.
Yeah, if anything, damage is going to come from the floor above, which normally you can see things. Hopefully you can see if there's any leaking or anything in those units when you're in them. So
obviously not the most thorough, but we were balancing cost and time versus what's most important, I think, to look at.
yeah. So overall, I think it was a good day. We're tired. It's a long day when you're inspecting, that many units, especially doing 2 buildings.
Yeah, having the extra building, it just meant more mechanical rooms, another roof to look at, another exterior to walk around.
Yeah, another attic to crawl through.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. It was even a great learning experience. It was our first inspection on a larger apartment building, so that was kind of fun.